Politickz as usual.
How we do? Welcome to episode 2, Politickz as usual. It's your boy IV.
It's your boy C Boogie.
It's your boy Phil.
What's good? What's good? It's Trey Woo.
And you know this is the #1 music podcast where some fuss about nothing, but we argue about all things hip hop and hip hop related. Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, share, subscribe if you're on YouTube. We appreciate you. Let's set it off, fellas. New pack alert. It's obvious what the new talk around the town is. Kendrick Lamar has returned and graced us with his presence in music again.
The Boogeyman is back.
With the Mr.Morale and the Big Steppers double album. So yeah, Kendrick Lamar, man. We all have listened, had time to sit with the album. So I'm gonna start with C.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Give us your rundown, brother. What you think on Mr.Morale and the Big Steppers, Kendrick Lamar?
All right, so with Kendrick, let me start off and say I'm not the biggest Kendrick fan. I recognize his genius. I think he's a good artist, just not really my cup of tea like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I understand his greatness, great artist, just really not my cup of tea. I'm the same way with Kanye. I'm not the biggest Kanye fan, but I understand their genius. I understand the greatness.
Okay.
So with that being said, this album to me was cool. It was cool. It didn't have, for me, much replay value. Like this album. All right, so my least favorite Kendrick album is Good Kid, not Good Kid, Mad City, but To Pimp a Butterfly. It's my least favorite.
Mm-hmm.
The intro to this almost took me there to Pimp a Butterfly. It was a To Pimp a Butterfly-esque song, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said,
So from the jump,
and the thing, like when I compare Kendrick to Kanye, both of them, when they announced they dropping the album, I don't know what to expect from it. It could be all their albums have a whole different sound from the last album, both Kendrick and Kanye. When they put out an album, like To Pimp a Butterfly sounds nothing like Good Kid, Mad City. Damn don't sound nothing like To Pimp a Butterfly. But with Kendrick, one thing I noticed about Kendrick, when he put out those Heartbeats songs, like the Heartbeat 5 he put out before before this one, The Heart, The Heart, my bad. They usually tell you what the album gonna sound like. So I'm gonna start there with the Heartbeat. Heard that song, I saw the video, dope song. Maybe the song might have not been dope to me if I ain't see it with the video. I saw it with the video, so it made it dope. So now I kind of understand where Kendrick gonna go with this album. I'm gonna start with the first one, was Under in Grief. Damn, wasn't particularly a fan of that. Like I said, almost To Pimp a Butterfly type shit going on there.
And that was just the sound that you wasn't a fan of it, or it's just
it's a lot going in. It's a lot going on and he just, to me, is not making a perfect marriage with that beat in the first one.
Okay.
So you got N95, hard song.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this the Kendrick I like.
Okay.
When he just destroys the beat. Now, all right. So from there on out, to me, it's a bunch of okay songs. Die Hard, I could tell that's like a playlist type song. That
Die Hard is one of my favorites.
That's a playlist type song. That's gonna be on a lot of people's playlists, and that's the one to me. That's the one that stands out. Other than that, I like We Cry Together.
Toxic.
Good, a good concept. He has some concept records on here. Kodak sound good on a lot of the songs he was on. Surprised me. I'm not a big Kodak fan, but he got Kodak on here like 3 times.
Yeah.
And Kodak showed up. Aunt Diaries. That's the one I think he telling the story about his aunt being gay or something like that.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. That one was cool. Other than that, to me, it's a bunch of cool songs that I'm not gonna listen to again. That's how I feel about Kendrick.
So
it's just
don't have no replay value.
Don't have no replay value for me.
Okay, but you recognize that it's who Kendrick is and what he,
I understand that he's an artist.
Yeah.
In every sense of the word, like not just a musician, he's a real artist. His music sound like art.
Yeah.
But art is only the worth of art is in the subjective. It's subjective to who's looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
I could look at a painting. You could look at a painting. You might say it's worth $5 million. I might say it's worth $5. It's all subjective. Like, to me, I understand the genius in Kendrick, but it don't really have replay value to me. Not to me. I'm not gonna listen to this again.
Okay.
So out of 1 out of 10, I give it a 6.
Okay.
Give it a 6.
Okay.
She's looking at me like that for a Trey.
I'm gonna go next because I already know these two.
You want to go next?
I'm
Or
gonna
you
go-
want Trey to go?
I'm gonna go next.
Okay.
I'm gonna go next.
Yeah, I think it's safe that he go.
I'm gonna go next. We'll save Trey.
Disrespectful ass
So-
motherfucker.
Kendrick Lamar is probably the most important artist in rap, or probably in music, but definitely in rap. He's the most important rap artist of this time.
Man, drop a bomb on that one.
I gotta say that again. He's the most important rap artist of this time. Discography, catalog, it speaks for itself. He's the only artist that I know outside of Kanye that has his first 5 albums are pretty much all classics. That's Kanye's the only person that I can think of that the first 5 just they hit, they resonate. He took his time with this one. It shows. Like I said, he left us for 5 years and came back with this one. I think the Heartbeat 5 was a perfect introduction just by keeping that series going. When I first heard that song, though, I'm not gonna lie, it took me a couple of listens to kind of gravitate, but when he dropped the video, everything made sense. I think the visual kind of put everything in perspective with that song. But as far as this album, I was kind of confused because I'm like, okay, I get, the Mr.Morale Big Steppers. I know he dropped a picture where he had the 2 CDs, so that obviously lets you know there was a double album. But the way he worded the title, to me, it's kind of reverse. So like the first half, because he has 9 songs on each volume, so it's a total of 18 songs. But the first one seems like it's the Big Stepper album. The second volume seems like it's the Mr.Morale. So he kind of mind fucked with us a little bit on that. But I didn't get that right away. But looking at the track list and then just listening to it over and over, I kind of put it together. I think this whole album is a masterpiece. I do understand what you're saying as far as the replay value, but for me being a Kendrick fan, I'm going to play this motherfucker. I think the main point I get from this album is the tough conversations. Like every song on here, he's basically, man, this is like the most vulnerable I've ever heard Kendrick. Period. This is like to me, this is like his 444. You know what I'm saying? He's like really letting you in on some shit that has happened to him and around him and vice versa. So I think it's definitely personal, but the subject matter on here is deep. And you know what I'm saying? It's like certain people don't want to have certain conversations, don't want to hear certain conversations. So with that being said, if that's the case, this album isn't for you. He has some highlights on here. Obviously N95, that's definitely a hard record, just referencing the mask. But I think one of the lines he was like, take off, he was just telling you everything to take off the Wi-Fi, take off the jewelry, take off the designer. It's a real world outside. Like that alone right there was like, okay, I know where he going with this. And then Die Hard, again, that's another favorite of mine. Father Time, really the whole first half, like to be honest with you, is superb. Outside of the intro, I got you on it, United in Grief. It's not really my favorite, you know what I'm saying? But the first half is great. I prefer the first half over the second half, but the second half got some highlights too. Count Me Out, Silent Hill with Kodak. Kodak's all over this album, like C said, and I think that was on purpose. You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel about that?
I didn't get it at first, but now I'm like, okay, But Kendrick has a thing. If you notice, like in his albums, he did it like with "To Pimp a Butterfly," not reoccurring, but like he highlighted Rhapsody on that. I think, damn, you know, he had Kid Capri. So like with this one, I mean, obviously he's a fan of Kodak for him to be, you know, all over the album. And it sounds good. Like it actually sounds good. Like Kodak don't really sound out of place. You know what I'm saying? So I like it. It's really no skippers on here to me, but I would say the ones that I would listen to the least is "United in Grief," the first song on the first volume, and then on the second volume, I probably would skip. Auntie Diaries. Maybe it's because I understand the concept and the story behind it, but it's just something that I don't have to listen to that often. But to me, yeah, for him to return, this was one hell of a return. I'm sure we're gonna, you know, circle back on our thoughts, but initially that's my thoughts. It's a masterpiece. It's basically what I needed from him. I don't feel like he sold me short, because I like "To Pimp a Butterfly," so I get it's basically what I needed from him. Phil?
I thought it was a great album. My favorite between the double disc, my favorite actually was the second. I liked the second part of I guess the Mr.Morale side of it.
Okay.
I like "Count Me Out." "Crown" gave me a ᴘᴏʟɪᴛɪᴄ vibes. And, you know, ᴘᴏʟɪᴛɪᴄ is one of my favorite albums. So "Crown" was good. "Silent Hill" was dope. How do y'all feel about the interludes when he had Kodak and Baby Keem rapping on the interludes? How y'all feel about those?
I like it. Again, like I said, I think he was just kind of showing love to who he likes.
Okay.
Because, you know, even though we're familiar with Kodak, Kendrick is obviously a bigger artist, so it might be a lot of his fan base that might not be familiar with Kodak, or might not have been familiar with Kodak prior to listening to this. So now they put on and they're going to go back and, you know. So I think either way, it's a win for Kodak to be throughout the album, and same thing for Baby Keem.
Yeah, I think. Also, what about you, Trey? You like what you think about the interludes when he had Kodak and Baby Keem rapping?
The interludes was dope to me. I think the one that I was the biggest fan of was the one before the Savior track.
Okay,
that was the one that I was.
Baby Keem one.
Yeah, that's the one that I was. It was just went on too long for me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You want to fill in that one?
It was cool. It was just too long, bro. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the song.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And I rocks with Baby Keem, so I was expecting him to do something crazy and then to go right to the song, but that jump was like a whole.
Yeah.
You know.
Savior. I like Savior. Auntie Diaries, I kind of agree with you. Yeah. Auntie Diaries, I felt it, I understood it. Mm-hmm. It was a great track, but however, the replay value with that one, isn't for me. Mr.Morale, though, came right back.
Shout out to Pharrell.
Came right back with Mr.Morale. Mother I Sober was good as well. Mirror. I think he used the album as a whole as therapy.
Right.
I think he touched on a lot of therapy in the album. He talked about mental health. He talked about family drama.
Right.
He talked about a lot of that. And I appreciate that. Going back to the first side of it, I didn't mind the intro. Of course, N95 was dope. Worldwide Steppers. That's the one I don't like.
I like that one.
That's the one I don't like because
Kendrick.
Yeah.
I mean, dang, that's what
Kodak is the first time you hear Kodak on the album. He
that
does
was
like the little intro part on it.
Worldwide Steppers, to me, when I first heard the album, I started with this side of the album, and it was just a lot to gather. And I realized I kind of sometimes I skip Worldwide Steppers, and I kind of get a whole different feel of the album when I do that. It doesn't feel like so much sometimes. Mm-hmm. Die Hard again was dope. Father Time was good. Talked about daddy issues. Talked about the Kanye and Drake making up. Went on the Gemini portion of that. Was talking about
it was just a line.
That was definitely dope. The Rich skit was cool. Rich Spirit was my favorite. After first listen,
Yeah, that's my favorite.
that was my favorite song out of the whole project. First listen. Going back, it's still in my top 3 of it. After I kind of gathered on it, We Cry Together. It reminded me of, y'all watched the movie on Netflix with Malcolm and Marie with John David Washington and I think it's Zendaya.
I never saw it.
Y'all never saw it? You know what I'm talking about? It reminded me of that. Just toxic.
There's like a Hollywood couple.
Yeah.
He's a director or something.
Yeah. It was just a toxic relationship going back and forth.
That one kind of reminded me of the not to cut you off, but the old school like Eminem records when he used to like kind of talk about his mom and like Kim. Like he was giving you that vibe.
Yeah, it was that vibe. And that one is not one I'm going to come back to, but so much.
Right, same deal.
Arguably, it may be the most relatable song on the album, but it's so toxic. And the whole chorus is "fuck you, bitch, fuck you, nigga." That's the hook.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's it. And like I said, as far as me replay value, I can't really get into it.
I don't know where you would where would you replay that at?
Exactly.
Like
I said, after the initial shock
you're in the
value,
middle of an argument with your girl, you know.
Yeah, outside of that,
like,
maybe. But I
this
mean,
is how I feel.
like I said, he does, like I said, they do come to some type of agreement. And shout out to, I guess her name is Taylor Page.
Yeah, shout out to her.
Shout out to her.
Shout
She,
out
to
her, you can tell she took a little harder than Kendrick did on that song too.
I think she's an actress, so I don't even think she's an artist.
Yeah, I think she's
her rap debut.
I looked her up.
She used to be on Hit the Floor.
Was she on
Aisha?
Was she on? She looked like the girl from Insecure. I might be wrong.
No, she was not on Insecure.
Not on Insecure. Okay, I was wrong about that one. But
she played on Hit the Floor. It was a series on VH1 about a bunch of drama with a cheerleader squad for the
I can hear
Devils basketball team.
I can hear the drama in her voice.
And she was also on Boogie. I don't know if y'all familiar with the one and only movie that Pop Smoke was in before he lost his life. But she was also in that movie.
Yeah, I can hear the drama.
That was smart of him to include an actress on the actual song to give it that real dramatic feel.
Purple Hearts. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Purple Hearts? You play Purple Hearts?
It ain't do it for me, bro.
Purple Hearts. Shout out to Ghostface.
Ghostface Killer. He's a great rapper.
Walker.
Summer Walker. For that one, that kind of left me kind of, as far as the R&B track on the album, that joint kind of left me a little bit for me more to be desired. I wasn't really feeling that one per se, but out of all the Kendrick albums, his major albums, I'm not gonna count Section 80 because that was kind of it wasn't his major album debut. I consider Good Kid, Mad City his first major label debut. This right here is probably his third best, in my opinion. I think it's not as good as Good Kid, not as good as Pimp a Butterfly, but I think I'll come back to this more than I'll come back to Damn, in my opinion.
Gotcha.
Damn was cool, but I like this a little bit more. Just the aesthetic of it, like I said, even the song Mirror on the second part of it, it's real uplifting. In my opinion, it's a good way to end the album. It's almost like he found peace towards the end, letting people know, hey, I chose me. I'm sorry. You see what I'm saying? Like it's he's letting you guys know that even though he went through all this stuff and going through all this, I chose myself. I think that's a good way to end the album. So for me, this is his third best album, but I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish up.
Man, I'm gonna keep it simple. I've been a Kendrick fan since Overly Dedicated came out. That was when he came out with The Heart Part 2. Dude is just a genius. This album, to me, was a great album. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 9.5 out of 10. I'm not sure what service y'all use to listen to the album, but I'm using Apple Music. So the Mr.Morale is the joint that starts when United in Grief. So that was the first part for me. I heard y'all kind of reverse it with the project.
I'm get to you. I'm gonna get to that point, but go ahead.
Okay. So I do agree. United in Grief, to me, I would have started it off a little bit differently. N95 is just a fucking banger. Like, shit just crazy. I mean, even the video was crazy. Yeah. If y'all ain't had a chance to check that video out. Worldwide Steppers, I mean, it is what it is, Worldwide Steppers. Kodak Black did it. He tried to, be on his poetic thing. Die Hard, fire. Father Time, fire. Bruh, I'm not gonna go through every track. The damn album is fire, okay? Shout out to Taylor Page. You know, we already spoke on her. She that song, I don't necessarily agree with y'all. What y'all don't, I listen to that shit every day. I love it, man.
That's interesting coming from the laid back Leo.
Hey, man,
I've lived it.
I am laid back. I let the song, you know, I let the art do.
Live through the song.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Fuck you, bitches.
No, I love the fact, man. It's like an audio version of Baby Boy, bro. You know what I'm saying? You go back to that movie, you know what I'm saying?
That's a good analogy.
It's dope, like bro. It's just a dope track, bro.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
Analogy.
And it's like a message in there. You know what I'm saying? You looking within that all that yelling and shit that's going on in it is actually something. A lot of his songs got a message in it.
Those are songs where it had a message.
And you're gonna miss that message, man. You know, if you know, I like to go back to it's a movie that came out, I wanna say it was back in 2007. Called Why I Think I Love My Wife. I believe Chris Rock was in it. Kerry Washington was in it. And there was a scene in the movie where she was listening to like an eclectic genre of music on her headphones, and she put them in Chris Rock's character ears, and he didn't like it. And she was like, "Oh, well, that's because you got nigga ears." You know what I'm saying? You got nigga ears. You need to get away from that. You know what I'm saying? It's so much more good music out here.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if you got those kind of ears, you're not gonna appreciate this. You gotta really like, bro, it's so many. Come on, man.
Complex.
Yeah, you know, Kendrick just he's the best at putting substance out. This album is full of substance, bro. A lot of storytelling, a lot of things that can go over your head if you don't really sit and listen to what's being said. Production was crazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where they getting these guys from, but
Soundwave was, I think, like the lead guy.
Soundwave,
main guy he works with. You know, TDE House. I think he's more like Kendrick really House, but I know he's worked with some of the other TDE artists. Pharrell obviously did Mr.Morale.
Yeah.
A couple of other people on there.
That was dope.
That I noticed, but so I want to see because you bring it up.
Mm-hmm.
So I use Tidal.
Okay.
You use Apple?
I use Apple.
Apple. Okay. I think it's all the track listing is kind of listed the same way, but the point was, like, I think he was mind tricking us with, even though the title is Mr.Morale and the Big Steppers. When you go to the first volume, Worldwide Steppers is on the first volume. Then you got
Mr.Morale on the second.
Mr.Morale on the second one. It's like, but even when you listen to certain
that sounds
songs,
like something Kendrick could do.
It's like he kind of flipped it around. You know what I'm saying? Like the first album sounds more like the Stepper album because it's a little bit more upbeat, die hard, rich spirit. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then with Mr.Morale kind of being the second volume, he's getting even more personal on the volume 2 than he did on the 1. So it's almost like he kind of flipped the title around to mess with us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the point that I was making.
Yeah, that's a definite possibility knowing Kendrick.
So Trey, what's your favorite tracks on there?
My favorite tracks on the album, definitely N95. That's probably like my favorite.
Yeah, I think everybody likes N95.
I fucks with.
Did everybody see the video?
Yeah,
absolutely. Okay. Yeah, I fucks with Father Time. You know what I'm saying? That's a dope story to me. You know what I'm saying? Fucks with We Cry Together. Purple Hearts. I don't know which one of y'all said it. Purple Hearts was kind of I
feel.
You know what I'm saying? I normally don't agree with your ass, but
come on home.
I had to agree. Yeah, I had to agree with you there, bro.
So what don't y'all like about Purple Hearts? Is it just slow?
It just don't do it for me, bro.
I ain't a fan of the hook for real. Like a lot of
it just as a whole, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just doesn't do it for me.
I think
and Auntie Diaries, I kind of feel the same way. I'm not really a big fan of that. Everything else though, like no lie, everything else I fucks with from the beginning.
Playlist material for me right now is Die Hard for sure, Rich Spirit, Count Me Out.
Okay.
Them 3 right now is like, if I don't feel like listening to the whole album, them 3 I'm gonna play like on a daily.
Okay.
So you agree you don't have no replay value because you're only picking out 3.
No, I don't agree on that. No,
man, listen.
I said if I don't want to hear the whole album, then those 3.
You want to hear the whole album if you like the whole album.
Because the album is to be digested. To me, it's not to be really broken apart. Yeah, I still listen.
I get what he's saying.
I get what he's saying too, but the album has plenty of replay value for me. Because
Absolutely.
I'm a fan. Number one,
Absolutely.
I like
Take
to
the fandom out of it. Take the fandom out of it.
Let me get to it. I'm the type of listener or artist that I like to discover. If I get the album right away, I'm not going to replay. Most of the time, I'm not going to revisit those. I like to kind of go back, and I'm a fan of the artist that when I go back and revisit, I'm still catching stuff.
Yeah.
With him, I'm still going to be catching stuff, so that's why I go back.
His music with lasting power, bro. It's
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? It lasts for a good little while.
If I get it right away, it's like it's no fun to me. It's like, oh, that was cool, but it was nothing left for me. Like I already dissected it. Boom, it is what it is. With him, I know probably a year from now I'm going to listen to this again and still be like, oh. So for me, that's what I like.
I think a lot of people, I just get on Kendrick because it's Kendrick.
And what you mean by that? I mean, he is. I mean, is he not
Kendrick.
Kendrick?
Like,
People don't understand.
I didn't. All right, so take the heart for instance, right? You seen when he like rapping his Nipsey Hussle and everything. If any other rapper would have did that,
They wouldn't have done it.
I seen Jordan Lucas do that all the time.
Not on that.
All the time. Not on that level.
I get what Carl's saying.
Not to
all the
not that
time.
type of impact though.
If,
I mean, he don't have the reach. But what he's saying is Jordan Lucas does stuff like that, but you don't look at Jordan Lucas for that, or like that because he's Jordan Lucas. You're looking at Kendrick when Kendrick does it,
Jordan Lucas
he gets a
could've
pass
rapped
because of the
that
fact
same exact shit word for word. Nobody been like, oh,
that's some shit. That is some shit Jordan Lucas
so
can do.
great.
You just want to appreciate it because it's him. And I feel like, hey, that's part of it though. Like you can. This Kendrick can do 1 + 1 = 2, and it's gonna sound different than Jordan Lucas doing 1 + 1 = 2. They're different. They're different tier artists.
Right.
Like I
They're
said,
definitely
like,
different tier artists.
and
But I feel
sometimes-
like y'all overrate Kendrick, man.
I
You
don't think
just a fucking hater, bro.
I think y'all overrate Kendrick.
You know what? Let's
I think y'all
let's
overrate
get,
Kendrick.
let's
stick
get
right
to the
there.
meat and potatoes.
Yeah,
man.
let's stick right there then.
You got nigga ears.
No, I don't even think that. I mean,
That's what it is. You don't get Kendrick, so you don't like.
It's not I don't get
people
Kendrick.
don't enjoy it.
Kendrick's
They don't
not-
like what they don't comprehend.
Listen, he's not speaking in Arabic or nothing. I understand exactly what he's saying. And it's not rocket science. Like I understand what he's saying. It's just
not for you.
It's not for
I got
me.
you.
It's not the
No,
greatest.
that's
he don't deliver
that's cool.
to me. He don't deliver it the greatest
That's
a lot
cool.
of the times.
Who does deliver it great?
that's what I was.
Cole.
That's what I was going to ask.
Cole delivers it greater.
I feel
Okay.
Cole my favorite rapper right now.
Elaborate a little bit more on that
That's
part.
my
You
gotcha.
said Cole delivers it
For-
greater.
for-
Is it because the flow? Is it because
I'm about to say,
delivery?
yeah, 'cause-
he's not rock. He's not rapid fire with it like Cole. Like
For me, it's
like
Cole's
Kendrick.
more digestible. His flow is more digestible.
I'm
Kendrick
not mad at that.
he got an abstract flow sometimes. He'll switch it up.
I love
Sometimes he catch it.
I love it.
Sometimes he
I'm not
don't.
mad at that.
I love the cadence.
Cole to me, every time he gonna catch it, he gonna deliver it how it's supposed to be delivered. It's more digestible to me than Kendrick.
That's 2 out of the 3, arguably the top.
Yep.
The 3, the guy they always mention: Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick.
Yeah,
Probably could throw in a 4th, but that's arguable. But those 3 always get mentioned because it's the same era and they've been the most dominant from their era. So,
I got a question for you though. What do you rank this as Kendrick projects? For me, it was this is number 3, but off of a week. But I mean, for you, what do you think?
that's hard. I count Section 80 as an album. I know a lot of people don't.
What?
To me, it's an album.
Hard to say.
Right now, it's hard for me to say, but I don't know. I think this one kind of is in its own. All of them, really, I can't rank it right now, bro, because all of them are totally different from each other. Like none. That's what I love about him. He gives me something different every time. If I want to hear Good Mad City, I just go back and play that.
Yeah.
If I want to hear To Pimp, I go back and play that. Same thing with Damn.
That's what I would
Like,
give him. All of them sound different.
all of them sound
All
totally
of
different.
them
So
sound-
it's
it's a
hard.
different sound.
And this one is still fresh.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to be like, I like this better than, because I enjoy all of them for what they are.
And for the record, Section 80 is the official debut album for Kendrick Lamar. It is the first debut studio album, major label album.
And
he
that
put out.
what year was that? 2011, right?
That was 2011, correct?
Okay.
July 2nd to be exact.
That's when I got on. I wasn't aware of it. I was aware, but I wasn't on him until that album
Yeah. So how do you rank?
came out.
How do I rank it?
Yeah, compared to the other.
I mean, for the sake for just to satisfy you wanting everybody to rank shit. I'll rank it. I'm gonna go with To Pimp a Butterfly is probably my favorite. Section 80 number 2. Good Kid, Mad City. This album right here, and my least favorite is
Damn.
Okay.
Correct.
I know you're not a big Kendrick guy, but
I've heard all of them. But
how would you rank this one compared to the other ones?
This one is probably second after Good Kid, Mad City.
Okay.
Then this one. Then To Pimp a Butterfly. Pimp a Butterfly is my least favorite Kendrick.
Okay.
I would say it's still a classic though, but
it's just don't have replay value for
right.
it. I'm gonna actually oblige you. I'm gonna answer that.
Peep the way he said.
I don't want to be left out on that.
Petty ass.
I'm gonna say, to me, To Pimp a Butterfly is my favorite Kendrick album. So that's one.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'm going with 2. I'm going with this album.
This number 2?
This number 2. 3, I'm going with Good Kid. 4, I'm going with Section 80. 5 is Damn.
Okay.
Damn is great, but out of the rest of them, it's just
it's the more pop one to me. It got the more
Yeah,
not
it's
pop
like-
album, but it got the most pop appeal too.
yeah, it's like a mass
the rest
appeal
of it.
album. Is a little bit more commercial out of the rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, this one that Damn would be the least.
Okay.
But all of them is like all classics. Like he's
Yeah.
yet to drop a dud. He's dropped nothing that is subpar. Like I said, the only artist that rivals him in that realm, when you think about it, is Ye. Ye's first 5 albums are all classics.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
College Dropout,
Yeah. Late registration, graduation.
Registration.
Yep.
Graduation,
For sure.
808s, Twisted Dark Fantasy.
Yes, sir.
So
That's it for me.
he's the only one that I mean, everybody. Jay's my favorite rapper. Jay first 5 albums won't.
I get it.
No.
So yeah.
We get that. Last question I have for you guys is how does this rank? I mean, I'll put it like this: how did this feel? Did this give you what you was waiting for after 5 years? Did this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Was it worth
Yes.
the wait? I should say. This is a better question.
Yeah. I would say that.
Fuck
I would say
yes.
that.
I mean, I'm not a Kendrick fan, so I wasn't waiting for shit.
It left me full. You know what I'm saying? I look at it like, appetizer, you know what I'm saying, dinner, dessert type thing. Some albums, little appetizer, you know what I'm saying? You'd be like you still be wanting more. This one was definitely,
Yeah.
He could take another fucking 5 years if he wanted. I'm good.
I ain't saying all that, you know what I'm saying? I ain't
good.
saying another 5 years, but definitely, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think he
It
will.
was
but
worth
you know
it
what
was
I'm
worth
saying.
the wait for me. But I'm
gonna
not
wait
waiting another
longer
5
than
years.
5
Hey,
years.
Kendrick,
I don't think he will.
Kendrick, don't have us wait another 5 years.
He gonna have y'all waiting longer.
Don't do it, bro.
My man ain't
Please
Ghana living life right
Yeah,
now.
he living. I mean,
That's cool. You
And
know
let's
what I'm
talk-
saying? Ghana
Nah,
got
nah.
studios,
Let's
bro.
talk about
Take
that
your
shit
ass to the
real quick.
studio and
This
record
nigga
another
playing
album.
stock and all types
the
of
rollout for this album was perfect. I mean, he came with the single, The Hard Part 5. Like, first of all, he came with the statement.
Well,
Put the statement out there.
The statement was there.
He already was determined this was going to be the last project on TDE. He's moving on to his own, label
As
new
he should.
situation.
As he should.
Which to me expresses that he's going to be. Listen, if you expecting Kendrick to be of old or what he was doing on TDE with this new PG Lane period or time, it's going to be totally different. So I'm telling anybody now, including myself, expect some new shit from him, different shit. So with that being said, he came with the statement. Then he came with the Heart Part 5 song. The video, maybe the day later or within the same day. I can't remember.
Same day.
Same day. And then a week later, he gives us the album.
Okay.
No official real single or nothing like that till after the fact. I think N95 came out a couple of days after the album came out. To me, if he was to come with another single, Die Hard, man. Die Hard or Rich Spirit.
I said Rich Spirit.
Either one of them two. But I'm going to go with Die Hard first. But Rich
I wouldn't be
Spirit,
mad with either one.
I wouldn't be mad at it. Yeah, but those ones just sound like they could go right now.
Man,
But yeah, the rollout was perfect, man. I mean,
Kendrick doing what he's supposed to do as an
I'm
artist.
releasing Ghana, man. He won't
That's
even
an
think about
envelope.
us.
I think. Go ahead.
Kendrick overrated.
No, I was just saying he doing what he's supposed to do, man. I
Say it
feel
again.
like
What you
artists,
say?
Kendrick overrated, man.
Damn.
Overrated.
Hey,
It's a tough crowd.
Before,
Hey, listen.
before y'all start arguing over that point, I got to think. For me, I do think that it did fulfill. It gave me what I was looking for, what I was waiting on. It left me full.
Man, Phil,
I
just
only
saved
thing-
his ass, man.
only-
Phil saved him.
Only thing I don't
Left you filled.
Hey, Phil, if you don't mind,
go ahead.
hey, listen. Anybody want to be a podcaster? Send in your resume because we about to fire him. Bro, this man been hating.
Kendrick
Since-
is
Bro,
overrated.
no,
man.
he's not, bro.
If you can
Compared to who?
what you mean compared?
You say overrated?
Yeah, like
Compare him to.
compared to who? Young Chris?
I'm saying with the masses hold him to.
He from Philly, by the way,
He's
people.
overrated.
Okay.
Compared to who?
No, I don't.
Beanie Siegel?
I wouldn't say Kendrick is overrated. I think
Cassidy?
he's where he's supposed to be at. For example, like he comes in, he does his numbers how he's supposed to do his numbers.
Let me stop fucking.
He feeds his core fan base, and he does. And he's
When last time he put an album out?
2017.
if I'm not mistaken. He does what he's supposed to do.
What's he supposed to? He a rapper, right?
Yeah, he's supposed to rap.
Can you go to your job every 5 years?
I mean, look, if I after I deliver Damn and win a Pulitzer, yeah, right.
Bro,
Nah.
what we-
And then also
about right now?
early
Yeah,
early this
I
year.
get the analogy, but I mean,
I get the analogy, but here's where I'm going with this. Early this year, last year he came out with a song, right? Him and Baby King came out with this record, right?
Yeah.
People was like, oh, I don't know about it. He won a Grammy off that one, so he got a Grammy off that one.
But let's not act-
he told niggas, hey, look, I'm smoking on your top 5 already. You know what I mean?
But-
I'm the Omega.
But let's not act like he didn't produce a whole fucking movie soundtrack, bro.
But when you say like, hey, he's overrated, he told you I'm the Omega. Know what I mean? Like,
Tell me whatever the fuck he wanted to.
hey, look, and improved
Yeah,
it.
what the fuck he
I'm
told?
confused.
And he
I'm
proved it.
confused as to what the fuck y'all talking about right
So
now.
when you say like he's overrated, I'm like, I look at it like, hey, look, you got to say compared to who? Like, there has to be.
Listen, when I say he overrated, it's not compared to anybody. It's how where people hold.
you just don't feel like he's in that
he
regard.
shouldn't be held. He should, I guess, compared to the rest of the landscape. But him per se, anything he says like golden to people. Like I said, when he did the Nipsey Hussle thing, we all agree. If Joyner Lucas do the same exact thing, nobody be like, oh, this is the greatest thing I heard in my life.
Hey,
This,
look,
that, and third.
Joyner's-
He can say this. Listen, he can say the same
Bro.
exact.
He's not on the
thing.
same.
I
level as
love
Kendrick.
Jonah Lucas,
Yeah,
but
but
let's
he's
stop
not-
talking
no
about
Kendrick
him in the
Lamar,
same
bro,
sentence
like-
as Kendrick
He,
Lamar.
this,
Please.
I mean,
this
look,
is what he do though.
love Jonah.
Kendrick Lamar, bro.
All I know is when Kendrick came out, people took a 2-week break. Ain't nobody come out last week when Kendrick came out.
What y'all think Kendrick first week numbers is? They came out.
Man, listen.
This is
I
for
don't
like
get into the
350.
numbers.
I
I'm gonna
don't know.
I'm gonna tell you why.
It's-
I
I'm gonna
told-
tell you why.
It's probably the biggest
I'm a-
debut of the year so far.
No, it's
Why?
not.
Who's bigger?
Future.
Over Kendrick?
Over Kendrick.
We need to fact. Can we fact check
Fact
that,
check
please?
that. All I'm saying,
I'm not
He
fact
did
checking
two-
shit.
he
I
did
don't,
two-
We need to
270.
fact check that.
bro.
okay.
I think Kendrick did more than
listen,
270.
But 270 is great.
Listen,
270 is great. Is it not? Is it not?
No. When you did 600 and you drop all the way down to 2 something, you can't tell me his fan base is feeding his fan base is still the same. What was it? Dan was his last one.
Okay.
6 something first week.
Okay.
It goes down to 2 something. It's a disconnect now.
I wouldn't say it's a disconnect. I would say also with the Damn project, he had a single for Damn.
Describe 300,000 different.
Yeah, he had a single. He had a single for Damn. Right or
He
wrong?
had a single in a video.
couple of
for it?
singles.
No. He didn't have no singles for this joint.
He had a couple of singles for
He
that.
had no singles for this record.
Kendrick is an artist that got put out singles.
He's not, but he had no single
Dude,
for
he
this
has
one.
to put out.
No, he don't.
He don't. He
No,
did.
you don't.
All right,
You don't.
have to put out.
Future does.
Future does.
No.
Yeah.
But before we get some, Future didn't put out. I don't think Future put out a single like talking about. Did he?
Yeah.
Which one
The John with Drake.
Yeah, it came out after the album came out. So he didn't have a Future album, a record before the album came out. What I'm saying is,
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying with Kendrick is, they were marketed totally different. Like I said, by the time, but you know what I mean,
Well,
you did.
y'all
You the one
brought up
brought
Future.
you brought up
Listen,
you brought up 600,000.
listen,
You did right or wrong. He brought up 600,000,
No,
right?
let's still
He the
talk.
one said 600,000. He the one brought up sales.
I'm waiting on that.
I'm just letting you know it's a
You
disconnect.
got that fact
between
check
the two.
coming, Trey?
I'm not.
I'm saying
I'm
you said the
Kendrick
disconnect.
to Kendrick.
Okay.
Kendrick's last selling album.
I'ma let
sold
Beavis and Butthead go at it.
600,000 something copies.
Okay.
Now his album sold 230, 270, somewhere in there.
Okay.
You can't tell me that big of a drop is because of a single.
No.
And we all
But-
agreeing that he don't even need a single.
Humble was a big single though.
All right, so listen.
We all agree he don't need one.
Humble was a big single though.
Mr.Morale and the Big Steppers.
He told
He about to tell us.
No, he told Big
He about to tell
Sean.
us. He about to tell us.
286,370.
Okay, he called was right. He told Big Sean. He called him little bitch for goddamn 5 minutes. That he had, it was energy around. Goddamn. Now we know what I'm talking about. He's like, little
All right,
bitch.
y'all ready?
He humble. He was talking. That was the thing he was talking about. Big Sean joint. Go ahead.
All right, the future first week was 227,000 even.
Okay, so you was right and wrong.
So Future did not sell more than Kendrick in the first.
But they're in the
first
same.
week.
They're in the same ballpark.
And what was Kendrick again? I missed the numbers.
280 something.
280.
200.
They're in the same ballpark.
Okay.
Kendrick should be light. Yeah, we just agree. Kendrick, do you think Drake and Future is outselling everybody?
Yeah, we agree with
Yeah.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But y'all putting Kendrick on the same level as Drake.
He is.
Artistry wise, yeah.
He is.
You can sell a million.
Sales ain't everything.
When we talking about artistry wise, I don't feel Drake.
Because that's the same.
I think
the same
more
argument
to
with
it.
that is you putting Drake and Kendrick on the same level of artistry. Eminem and Jay-Z are the same level of artistry, and Eminem has sold way more records than Jay-Z.
I wouldn't say they were the same level of artistry though.
Why they not?
I would say Jay-Z.
Jay-Z and Eminem are not on the same level of artistry.
I wouldn't say so.
Oh, okay. Well,
I think Hove is better than him.
When we talk-
that's right. But
to me, when we talk about rankings,
But you
That's
see
a
what-
personal preference.
yeah, it's a personal preference.
Talking
but
about
I'm
like-
talking about like Eminem can be mentioned in the same breath as a Jay-Z.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all got
So that's the point.
when I'm talking about rankings, I'm talking more than just who you think is better. That goes into account. Sales go to account. Impact goes into account.
Oh, impact is definitely there. Then.
Influential goes into account.
Influential.
So when Future came out,
Future is influential, has just as much impact.
to a certain demo.
Sales are almost the same. The sales are and they in the same ballpark. So what makes him so in the category with Drake? Drake is not in the category with these dudes.
right.
Again, we going about. We
Trey?
talking. Go ahead.
And then we can kind of.
Yeah. You a fucking hater, bro.
That's it.
That's just what it boils down.
That's the
to.
rebuttal.
Not even. I'm saying like we already know what it is.
Listen, man.
Drake has a different type engine behind him, so like he's going to be pushed out there and keep it a buck. Like his music is like you said, it's more digestible. Versus Kendrick is. It's a little bit
Right.
artsy. The fan base is a little bit. The fan bases are totally different.
Kendrick has a unique
Totally
taste. Kendrick has a unique
It's
taste.
just
Bro.
what y'all like and who.
No, that's a fact though.
Okay.
That's a fact though.
What's a fact?
I said Drake has a bigger engine behind him. First of all, his music is more digestible, and their fan bases is totally different.
All that can be
A
true.
lot of women support Drake.
All that can
and
be true. But
Women like
last
you
time
too.
Yeah, but not
Kendrick
like Drake.
came out, and last time Drake came out, the numbers was almost.
And you know what else Drake
They
does?
weren't that
Kendrick
close
don't?
though.
You know what else? Y'all know what else Drake does that Kendrick don't?
What's up?
Drake is a chameleon, so he can basically collaborate with some of these newer artists,
Yeah.
and he'll change up the flow a little bit, just the delivery of what he's saying to kind of match the artist who he's collaborating with.
Kendrick chameleon.
Kendrick a chameleon, but he stick closer to his true self.
His
You know
core
what
and
I'm
what
saying?
he
Like,
does.
yeah, he's Kendrick
really step outside of
on his music, and he's Kendrick on other.
Same thing like with a J. Cole. He does what he's known for, and
Plus, Drake is outside. He does what he does. Like I said, he's aware. He's aware of the climate more. So Kendrick is. I'm dropping. This is what I'm giving y'all. Digest
He's
it.
an
Take it what
artist
it is.
that-
Right, either you rock with it or
He's
you
an
don't.
artist.
And Drake is more.
But
So Drake has
to be
kind of like.
explanation for why Damn sold so much and this one didn't sell as much as or even close.
I think it's just.
I
I
told
think
you
it's more
the
so about
rollout.
the time period
I think
and
it's the
rollout. Damn had a lot more promotion, but
We all
So-
he don't need no single.
Well, check it. Whether you like Kendrick or not, man, the man is a genius. You know his cohorts, the West Coast gods.
he's definitely
He's
They're
one with them.
carrying that torch for a long time.
Absolutely, you know what I'm saying. There's a video of that even them passing the torch to him. Guys like Snoop and The Game and some of the other great West Coast artists.
Speaking of West Coast artists,
Absolutely.
go ahead. You want to segue?
Yeah. Who y'all think let's go for like a top 5 most influential from the West Coast. Who y'all?
West
what's up?
Coast
I like
whole.
I like that. Top 5 most
West Coast.
influential West Coast artists.
Yeah.
Oh, West Coast.
No particular time frame. You know what I'm saying?
No
Just-
particular order.
Yeah, just kind of like
I'll set it off.
since we've been alive.
Oh, you want to set it off? Go ahead, see.
All right, number 1. See, y'all just sprung this on me, so I got going to fly.
It's off the rip.
You know what I mean, number 1, Dre, Dr. Dre.
Okay.
Okay.
Just because I feel like the whole West Coast tree that Dr. Dre is a part of, like that he started, you could almost every West Coast artist, some kind of way, is in that tree of Dr. Dre. That's number 1. Number 2, I'd probably say Snoop. For the simple fact, feel Snoop was the biggest. He's the most popular rapper I feel in the world. Like your mother knows Snoop, your grandmother knows Snoop, everybody knows Snoop.
Facts.
So I say he's number 2. I feel he's the most famous rapper ever. 3, I probably say we count Tupac as a West Coast rapper.
Of course.
Of course, man.
He's born in New York and
Don't
raised in
matter.
Baltimore.
Yeah, he repped the
Tupac is a West
bro.
Coast rapper, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold off on Pop. I'm not gonna say Pop. He on a different level. I'm gonna say Ice Cube, number 3.
Okay.
Say Cube. Cube brought the revolutionary, conscious, gangster type rap to the forefront. I think he made people respect West Coast as lyricists. So I say Cube 3. 4, I probably say E40. E40, he's responsible for a lot of people's slang, the way they talk, bring
E40.
style, everything to the West Coast. So,
Now you're being hated. But go ahead.
Who? No, that
Now
wasn't.
you-
No,
Oh,
that
okay.
wasn't. No, I'm not. I'm not
Oh,
disagreeing
okay.
with that. Hell
Okay.
no.
E40, number 4. Then
I'm bring that shit this way.
5, I got it's 2. I can't. I gotta put 2 at 5. 2 of them. Say Eazy-E, and I'm gonna say Too Short.
Okay.
Easy and Too Short. Eazy-E kind of. I mean, gangster rap was before Eazy-E, but he kind of made it popular. NWA made it gangster rap popular. So they kind of the forefathers of gangster rap. Eazy-E, the whole NWA, and that whole group was funded by Eazy-E. So I say Eazy-E, and then Too Short. He brought the independent game to the game. The whole independent selling out your trunk, going platinum in the streets before you even have a record deal. He another person that brought a lot of style and charisma to the game. So I say Too Short and Eazy-E. That's mine.
Ain't none of them got nothing on Blueface though.
Right.
They got
So on to my list.
I'm joking like
Because that's the only shout out Blueface we'll get at this point. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I ain't even gonna explain it because C just pretty much nailed it with the explanations. Dr. Dre, naturally. Snoop Dogg, naturally. Tupac Shakur, naturally. Ice Cube, E40 Fonzarelli. Those the 5 for me.
Okay. Solid.
Yeah, our list ain't gonna be too much different. I'm going with Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, Snoop Dogg. I'm gonna go with Too Short out the Bay. I think for me he's the best Bay rapper. And last but not least, I'm going with Pac for obvious reasons.
Got to go with Pac, man. I'm going with Snoop Dogg, bro. Snoop Dogg, that man's still relevant today, my dude. Like, in so many different forms and fashions, bro. Like the man. Shout out to Snoop, bro. Definitely very influential. Dr. Dre, of course, both as an artist and a producer. Then I'm gonna go with Ice Cube.
Yeah.
You know, doing this thing, rapping, movie producing, the whole 9. Eazy-E, Tupac, and I'm gonna add in E40 as well. I know that's more than 5, but I don't give a damn. I don't
You
follow.
don't really care about listening.
Yeah, you don't.
I
You don't like. I don't think you like the number 5 at all. You just
And I told y'all
start
math,
going there.
math was
6,
my,
bitch. You just go make it. You just go make it 6.
No, I don't do numbers, bro.
Yeah, the only other
Okay.
person I might add is
Rapping Forte.
I was gonna say DJ Quick.
Hey, shout out Quick, bro.
DJ Quick. Okay, not mad at that.
That's
Quick
the
will
that's the other
go.
one.
Warren
mad at
G,
that.
all those
He was,
guys. The whole
So we
defense.
all agree that Dr. Dre number 1.
I want to know specific order, bro. I'm just
Who if we had to say who number one? Number one.
Yeah, okay.
so
Nah,
one
most
can-
influential?
now what we're talking about, person, artist.
No, I can't give it to Dr. Dre.
Yeah.
One then.
All right, so I can't say Dr. Dre.
I have to say
because-
Tupac Shakur.
Yeah.
The most influential. Dr. Dre had a lot of people come up under him, but I don't know if he's the most influential.
Artist.
I would give
definitely not an artist.
Dre though.
I
Definitely
would
not
give,
an
I would
artist.
give
I
number
give it
one.
to
I give it
I'll
to
give it to
Tupac.
Dre, though.
I give
He
it
up
to
there.
If we far as far as,
Dre would
as far
be.
as West Coast rap, I had to give it. If we
Yeah.
said rap in general, I say Tupac. But West Coast rap, I say Dr. Dre.
I say Dre too.
Dre is responsible for almost everybody's career in the West Coast, from Snoop to The Game to Kendrick. Like Dr.
Yeah.
Dre has his hands on everybody.
Yeah, but
In
he
order-
does as a mentor, as
Yeah.
executive, and as a producer.
Right.
So when we say artist, you know me, I like to get
He an
technical
artist
with
too,
shit.
though.
I mean, he is.
Yeah,
he
he
is. But how much of that influence come from his artistry versus?
Producing is
You know
not
what
an
I'm saying?
artist. It's not.
I mean, yes, it's an art, but when I mean artist, I'm talking about like rapper.
Rapper. Right.
You know, Dr. Dre, no disrespect and taking absolutely nothing from that man, but he, you know, one of the biggest subjects that come up a lot is, you know, do we discredit because they got ghostwriters?
Nah,
Dr. Dre,
producer.
he is infamous for having
not a
ghostwriters.
producer, and nobody looks to him as like the top rapper.
Right.
That. So
Right.
like him, like a Diddy, people like that. Nobody care they got ghostwriters and stuff.
Evie,
Right.
Even Easy E. But if somebody like Ice Cube came out and had ghostwriters, then you gonna kind of be like, damn, you gonna look at it kind of funny. Like he probably had somebody ghostwrite for him before.
That would be a good. You have a trivia for us today? What you know about that?
I
'Cause
got
that would,
one. But
you
nothing
got
to
one?
do with that.
Okay. Well, go ahead. I was thinking about that because you was bringing up the Ice Cube and if he had a ghostwriter like thing, so it kind of made me think about that. But
let me get to the what you know. All right. So what you know today is
but shout out to all those legends, man, that we just named, and
Definitely.
even the ones that we didn't name. West Coast rap definitely changed the game. Period. So shout out to all them.
all right. So the what you know about that? All y'all familiar with the group The Firm?
Yes.
Of
The
course.
Firm.
The Firm.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Of course.
Y'all can name the members of them.
The Firm is Foxy Brown.
Nas,
Yeah,
AZ,
AZ.
ᴘᴏʟɪᴛɪᴄධᴢ, Nature.
Yeah. Do you know who was originally? It's a big rapper who was originally in The Firm that ended up not being in it anymore.
Don't know that one. I ain't about to cheat neither and look for it.
Nah, I don't. I can't say that. Is he from New York?
It's from New York, from Queens. I just gave it to you.
Nas?
No,
Nas
I
in
said originally
What
was.
the hell
in
am I
it.
talking about? From
must-
Queens.
I'm gonna say
I should get that.
Nori.
Nah.
LL.
Nah.
I don't know.
That ain't 50 Cent.
It's 50 Cent.
Really?
50 Cent was in The Firm at first.
Damn.
50 Cent and Mary J. Blige
Oh wow.
was originally supposed to be The
That's
Firm.
crazy.
Yeah, I never heard that.
Tony Pope, who The Firm was signed under, said that they had Nori in there. They thought about Nori. But 50 Cent, and they played around with Mary J. Blige being in The Firm till ᴘᴏʟɪᴛɪᴄධᴢ came home from jail, and he replaced 50 Cent.
Cool.
That's
Okay.
dope.
That's an
That's
interesting.
a dope fact, man.
That's a
Yeah.
dope fact.
Never know that.
Came with it on that one, bro. I did not know that shit.
That one.
So yeah, before we get up out of here, man, I don't know if you guys can see it, my shirt, but it's a legendary rapper on there by the name of Notorious B.I.G. Today, the legend would have been 50 years old. So definitely just wanted to highlight him. Tim, you got like play me a Biggie record, man. What y'all want to hear? Real quick, just a Biggie off the rip.
Skies.
I say hypnotize.
Okay.
And shout out,
more problems.
shout out to Biggie, man. Birthday
Which one?
right.
Hypnotize or more money? More? It don't matter.
More money, more problems.
We do more money, man.
Well, he got to skip to go to the verse. I would say hypnotize because it's just easier.
I feel you.
Let's do hypnotize. All right. Well, while we queuing that up, man, like just to show love and celebrate the legend, man. Just briefly, let's just talk about his impact on the game, and if he's in anybody's top fives. Is he your favorite?
R.I.P. to Biggie.
Is Biggie overrated?
Oh, Biggie's overrated.
Biggie,
Oh my God! Hey, you gotta leave.
Biggie's overrated.
Biggie was
leave.
my first rap album. he had a collaboration with Craig Mack, and my mom bought that joint for me. I remember it. I'm sorry.
The Big Mac.
The Big Mac. Yep.
Big Mac.
That's it. My mom copped that joint from me, man, and that was like really that was my real introduction to hip hop, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The same story for me, man. Mom's was a big Tupac and Biggie fan, honestly. So it was a lot of Death Row and Bad Boy in my house. But yeah, Ready to Die was on repeat. Classic album. But for me, one of the best bodies of work period in music is Life After Death. To me, that is the best double album I've ever heard in my life. Even over All Eyes on Me, even over Morale and the Big Steppers. It's flawless, and that's his best body of work. To me, I feel like he was on the verge of getting better, but obviously we know the story. It was cut short. I think about him from time to time just to see where he would be in this space right now at 50 years old. How would he be revered? Would he be on the same level, if not more revered than a Jay-Z or, you know, some of these guys that we look up to, Nas, you know what I'm saying? So I think about that. It's like, damn, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, he's definitely in my top 5 for sure.
Yeah.
Can't mention Biggie.
I think about that all the time with Jay because, you know, a lot of people say, you know, Jay wouldn't be nothing if Big was still alive. I don't think so. I think
Big
it'd probably
was alive,
be
we
one of the
would've been
craziest
the
1-2
commission.
punches. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. It would have been
Right.
one of the craziest 1-2 punches.
That album, shit.
Bruh.
Talk about The Firm. That album would have been crazy.
Yeah, bro.
But
Shout out to Biggie.
yeah.
I think
R.I.P. to
I
Biggie.
think
Yeah,
Biggie's
rest in
legacy is stands the test of time, man. He's one of the best rappers ever, as far as bar for bar,
Wordplay.
wordplay. He gets a little flack sometimes because, like I said, he didn't have the body of work, but
But the
if you
body
gonna
of
hit,
work, though.
if you gonna hit off them two
Yeah.
albums you hit off of.
Yeah.
Plus, he had a couple of guest features that was crazy. The Total record,
Yeah.
know what I mean, the Craig Mack record,
Yep.
know what I mean,
112.
this 112 record. Just he did so much in a short period of time. I think he was only 24, 25 when he passed away. That's a young man.
Yeah.
That's a young man, and it's like I said, he still felt today, especially in Brooklyn. If I ain't mistaken, at his funeral, they went up at the funeral.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? So
And
like I said,
today's-
when you say legacy, that's what I look at. Like he's still one of them ones.
Yeah.
Like when they say bar for bar,
He got murals,
wordplay for wordplays.
worldwide respect. And today, actually, shout out to all anybody in New York. Today is actually Biggie Day
Okay.
in New York. I seen his son, Christopher C.J. Wallace, his son.
Dope.
They gave him that award and acknowledgement. So if you're
Dope.
a New Yorker, today is Biggie Day from now on. So shout out to New York and
Man, shout out to Worldwide.
all the Biggie fans, man. Like, you know, I'm not gonna say this because Tim Reddy played it, but "Hypnotize" is definitely probably my favorite Biggie song, if not one of them. Just because the replay value on that. I mean, come on, that record came out in '97. You can put it on right now. It's gonna shift.
Can I
That's a
get my
fact,
Biggie
though.
take?
That's a fact.
What's up?
Can I get my Biggie take? Like,
Yeah, go.
We shouldn't let your ass talk no more.
like I was saying, R.I.P. to Biggie. Biggie's overrated though.
Yeah, see this.
All right, you know what?
Let me explain it.
This
Yeah,
motherfucker.
yeah. See, the disrespect is not going to be
Overrated.
tolerated today.
Great rapper.
I'm done.
Yeah,
But every rapper's first 2 albums is their best albums. If Nas would have died after it was written, we'd be calling Nas the greatest rapper of all time. Everybody that put out these albums and then he didn't even have a chance to maybe fall off. He didn't have a chance to prove like
you said every rapper's first 2 albums is their best album.
for the most part.
I disagree with
For
that.
the most part-
wholeheartedly.
Blah, blah,
For the most
fucking
part,
blah.
everybody
Blah.
he
Fucking
put out
blah.
2 albums and people are calling him the greatest rapper of all. That's crazy.
Did you listen?
Man.
You can't call him the greatest rapper of all time. He put out 2 albums.
Hey, I know
Like-
we all supposed to have an opinion, but your
Everybody-
opinion fucking sucks.
Just imagine if Nas would have
Like-
died after his first 2 albums.
That's cool. He would have been the best.
Y'all been calling Nas the greatest.
Okay,
Possibly.
but arguably, you can still say that about Nas. People
You
still
can still
say
say
that
that.
about Nas.
Yes.
Still detested. My point is he stood. I'm not saying.
But is that Biggie's fault? He didn't.
I'm not saying this is his fault, but I'm saying it's your fault for putting him in your top.
Oh,
5.
my
It's not
gosh.
his fault.
Am I
Either
allowed?
way-
Am
either
I
way.
allowed to walk out?
Either way, man. We go.
I just
Biggie birthday
can't
today.
tolerate this
Overrated.
anymore.
Yeah,
Plan
Tim.
this.
Tim, you ready?
Yeah, I got you, man.
All right.
He's overrated.
Rest in peace to one of the
say-
greatest to ever do it, B.I.G.
I'll say for any of these audio pieces, audio only, you're probably not going to hear it on YouTube. So go ahead and hop over to Apple Podcasts and Spotify and subscribe on those so you can hear these pieces. Here is Biggie Smalls, Hypnotize.
Hypnotize.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, man, again, happy 50th to the GOAT, to the legend, to the non-overrated Notorious B.I.G.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, man, thanks for listening. For tuning in with us, man. If you enjoyed the episode and you like what you heard, go support our podcast, man. Share it, like, comment, share, subscribe. We're on YouTube.
Yep.
Instagram, social media will be up shortly. But for now, you can find us at our individual pages, Life and Times of _IV on Instagram, and it's me _IV on Twitter. That's IV with 2 E's.
My Instagram, I believe, is
Biggest hater.
Juice Leroy. Some kind of way. I don't know how you spell it, but yeah, Juice Leroy. It should pop up.
Go to his DMs, let him know how much of a hater he is.
Mine is Philly Phil 804. Also, give us how y'all feel about the Kendrick Lamar album. Also, how y'all feel about the West Coast legends. Go ahead, comment on that as well too. But Philly Phil 804 is my handle.
Yes, sir. You can follow me and reach out to me on IG at _TREYDMARKD _trademark. Hit me up. Tell me, how much of a hater my guy over here is. Calling one of the GOATs, if not the GOAT, overrated. Come on, man. But yeah, IG at trademark _trademark.
Once again, thanks again. We'll see you next time. This is Politickz as usual.
Yes, sir.
Yo.
Politickz as usual.